Here is meteorologist Stephen Jones.
Well, taking a look to the west with our time lapse, you can see all those blue skies and plenty of sunshine here for our Saturday. Hitting that 100-degree mark and still not too many clouds out there, just a little bit off towards the west, but giving us that great sunset out there after that sturgeon moon last night. Current temperatures at the 10 p.m. hour starting to come down from that triple-digit mark, of course, pushing into the 80s for most of us, still 90 there in Robert Lee, as well as Sonora and Ozona, 86 over in Brady. Looks like the cool spot, 85 down in Junction, so 5 degrees right now across the Concho Valley. Dew points have also fallen just a little bit into the 50s and 60s out there. 60 here in town, 56 for Sterling City, 51 the dry spot over there in Ozona with relative humidity indices from those 20s up into those 40s as you work your way off towards the east. And whenever we're looking at that upper level pattern, you can see we've been dealing with that upper level ridge. That's what's been causing all of our triple digits there off towards the west, but this trough that's pushing down from the north starting to eat into it a little bit, weaken that ridge, and we're going to see just a little bit of a disturbance working in off the Gulf Coast. That's going to provide some rain chances going into these next few days, especially the early half of this week. By the latter half of the week, Friday into Saturday, you can see this next upper level ridge working over the southeast United States, starting to work its way west just a little bit, so that's where our temperatures going to start to rise back into the Concho Valley. Here's a look at those rain chances over the next 7 days, and here's what I was talking about Monday, mainly into Tuesday, the peak of those rain chances, maybe 30 to 40% into that afternoon thunderstorm pattern that we've been used to, and then going into the back half of the week, they start to fall once again, but even this, what you're seeing up to towards that 20% mark, I think even that could be a little bit aggressive for those rain chances, so gonna hope that we have more rain into the area. Keep that umbrella handy, but overall, after we get through Wednesday, I think we're going to start to dry out as we kick off school there on Thursday. For the national satellite, you can see that severe thunderstorm watch box going off from Kansas into Nebraska. A few severe thunderstorm warnings out there, and of course, we want to talk about the tropics out there. The National Hurricane Center has issued about a 60% chance of development over the next 7 days in the main development region of the Atlantic, and some of the far out models do have this pushing into the Gulf of Mexico, but that's way out there, so we're just going to be watching this over the next 7 to 10 days to see the exact path it takes and see where it could affect the United States, or if it's really just going to stay a fish storm like we saw with Tropical Storm Dexter. Right now across Texas, not too much going on. Had a little bit of activity towards the coastal plains earlier today, but off towards the west, plenty of explosive convection going off over the Sierra Madres, and when we turn on the radar, you can see that's where most of the rain has been from El Paso off towards the west into Mexico, across the Lone Star State, not looking too bad at all, including here in the Concho Valley. Pretty dry skies out there right now, and as we go into the futurecast, you can see into the next couple of days, Sunday, plenty of sunshine, so wear the sunscreen, stay cool as we go into our Sunday. Not too many clouds even in the sky, but as we go into Monday, that's where we see the first chance of rain. Off towards the northwest is where we're going to be keeping our eyes at, towards the I-20 corridor, Midland into the Abilene area. Some of those could try to push into some of our far western counties, but then the better chance going to come into Tuesday morning and even into Tuesday afternoon. You can see where more of those thunderstorms are really trying to pop up, so want to keep that umbrella handy just in case as we go through these next few days. So for tonight, under the mostly clear skies, I'm looking at about 72 degrees, winds out of the south-southeast 5 to 10 miles an hour. Tomorrow, a good run at 100 degrees, 99 is where I have it stopping over at Mathis Field, so want to make sure you're staying cool tomorrow, and as we work through that 7-day forecast, you can see temperatures going to be below average after we get through tomorrow. 92 and 3, that cool spot Tuesday into Wednesday with the peak of that rain. School kicks off, and that's where the temperatures really start to heat back up into those mid to upper 90s with overnight lows still locked in those 70s.